Okay, let's talk about money for a moment. Because some people are good with it, like Melissa here, and well, some people just aren't that great with money, just like Geoffrey. Say hello, Geoffrey.
Hello.
Geoffrey, like many other people, never really got on top of his finances. He doesn't have a system for managing his money, and has not really planned for the future, even the immediate future. So every month, Geoffrey gets paid.
You beauty.
But because he doesn't put aside enough money for bills and does not control his spending, Geoffrey starts running out of money before the end of the month. So he has to pay his bills with one of his credit cards instead of having enough cash to pay them. That is, if his cards are not all maxed out. So after living this way for years, Geoffrey has no savings and a pile of debt. He's basically living payday to payday. I wonder if Geoffrey has ever thought about how long he could last if he lost his income. Yeah, you're not smiling now, are you, big fella?
No.
So what does Melissa know that Geoffrey doesn't? Well, Melissa isn't necessarily smarter than Geoffrey. Okay, maybe you are smarter than Geoffrey, Melissa, but that isn't the point.
Hey, I can still hear you.
Melissa understands her lifestyle goals and has a plan for managing her finances that is designed to achieve those goals. Melissa doesn't even earn more money than Geoffrey. However, Melissa starts with good budgeting habits, which really means she doesn't spend money on things she can't afford, and good savings habits, which means she puts away a little money from every pay every month. Most people are a little like Geoffrey and don't manage their cash flow, so when their pay drops into the piggy bank, it gets spent because it's so easily accessible in the bank account. With just a simple swipe of the card or a click of the button on the internet, and the money is spent. Melissa manages money in a different way. She has a second piggy bank as her everyday bank account, and her pay goes into a cash management account. She could use an online saver or another style of account, but the important thing about this account is that she has no card access, so she can't spend money impulsively. The account is also with a different bank than a normal savings account, to encourage savings by making it a little harder to get a hold of that money. So every month after payday, Melissa has her bills paid out of her cash management account and some spending money transferred to her everyday account. This all happens electronically because Melissa is a very busy person and doesn't have to worry about it. By taking note of how much her bills are, she can ensure the amount of spending money she allocates herself is within her means and leaves a little extra savings money in her cash management account. That way her piggy bank gets to grow nice and fat. So Melissa is well prepared for unexpected expenses or to take that holiday to Europe she's been thinking of for a while. Melissa also does a great job of managing her debt. By living within her means, she does not need to use a credit card often, and she always pays it off in full each month. Melissa also has a mortgage, which she pays a little more than the minimum payment so she can pay it off early. In fact, when Melissa first bought her house, she made sure that a mortgage she was taking out was well within her means, and she allowed some room in her budgeting so she could afford any rises in interest rates. Melissa also has many of her financial risks covered through insurances such as life insurance and income protection, because life can be unpredictable no matter how well organised she is. Melissa also invests in more than just cash in the bank, because she knows that cash does not grow in value, it just pays interest, and that interest is fully taxable. So Melissa invests in many different assets. Just like she would have a trained mechanic fix her car rather than try and do it herself, Melissa realises she needs an investment expert to help guide her. So Melissa and her investment advisor work together to build a portfolio designed to meet her specific goals. She has investments in her name to help her during her working years with things like going on holidays and buying cars. And she also has investments in superannuation so that she can live a good lifestyle after retirement. So Melissa has her finances in great shape. Most people are a bit like Melissa with a little of Geoffrey mixed in. If you think you would like to be a little more like Melissa than Geoffrey, just contact your advisor. Or if you don't have an advisor, contact Darren Wright from Prescott Securities, as Darren likes nothing more than to help people like you get life on track. As for Geoffrey, if he starts to follow some of the good habits Melissa has, he can get his finances back on track really soon.
You beauty.
Look out for part 2 of this video on how Geoffrey can get himself in great financial shape.